simple.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday, January 9th, 2019 Lebanon Utility Service Board meeting. We do have a full board present tonight, and there was a working session prior at which no official decisions were made. Let's go ahead and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next item is approval of the minutes from the December 12th meeting. Everyone had a chance to review the minutes. If so, would entertain a motion to approve those.
I make a motion we approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Jim to approve the minutes from the December 12th, 2018 meeting. All in favor of that signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Item 4 is the 2019 salary wage scale approval. And Sandra is on the podium for us tonight. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, good evening. The board, in 2018, the board already approved the 2019 Employee Advancement Program. And when we did that, we inadvertently omitted having the board give the general manager the approval to work within that program. So we are recommending or asking that the board give the general manager approval to work within the Employee Advancement Program for midterm adjustments throughout 2019. And we do apologize for that.
So it's just left off?
Yeah, it was just omitted. This is something that we've done every single year. We just left it off with the new program.
All right, any questions for Sandra? If there's no other discussion, I'd entertain a motion.
I'd move to allow General Manager Ed Vasquez to work within the scale of the mid-year adjustments throughout 2019.
Second.
Motion made by Dan with a couple seconds to approve the 2019 salary and wage scale. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Sandra.
All right, thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the Sugar Creek Wellfield Land and Easement Exchange and Acquisition. Council Jeff Jacob will address that for us.
Thank you, Board. As you will recall, at the last meeting, you authorized the exchange of land around the Eagle Creek well fields with Gray Eagle Holdings, as well as the acquisition of several easement areas and cleaning up and vacating easement. What we're asking, and as discussed prior to the meeting last time, we have negotiated a value for the fee easement acquisition and easement acquisition with Gray Eagle Holdings. And I'm asking the board to authorize the approval of the payment of the fee and easement acquisition in the amount of $20,100. As you recall from our last discussions, this is consistent with our appraised amount and the confirmed appraisal amount. So basically that way that works is we have it appraised and then the appraisal is reviewed, and that's where that $20,100 number comes from. So I'm asking the board for approval to move forward with the finalization of that transaction and payment for the fee simple land and easement.
Right, thank you, Jeff. Any questions for Jeff? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion we move to approve the exchange and acquisition of land and easements in and around Sugar Creek Welfare for the Gray Eagle Holdings, LLC, pursuant to the appraisal in the amount of $20,100.
Second that motion.
All right, I got a motion made by Bill, seconded by Jim. Any further discussion or any other questions? If not...
This is for well fields, right?
The well fields
Well
and,
fields, yeah.
well fields and easement. Yeah, I think he may have misspoke and said well, yeah, well field.
All right, I'll entertain a motion. Got motion, we got two, right? So all in
Yep.
favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Item 6, we're back to Jeff again. Approval of Resolution 2019-01 SRF, adoption of wastewater bond ordinance to the city.
Board, as you are aware, there has been a number of projects that the Waterworks Department has put in front of you for consideration, one of which is the Sugar Creek Well Field improvement project. And the resolution in front of you, 2019-01, is a resolution recommending that the Common Council of the City of Lebanon approve the letting of bonds to pay for several phases of projects over the next several years. And so with that, pursuant to this board's request, I would go ahead and read Resolution 2019-01. Resolution of the Lebanon Utility Service Board of the City of Lebanon, Indiana, recommending to the Common Council of the City of Lebanon the issuance of waterworks revenue bonds in one or more series for the purposes of funding improvement to the waterworks infrastructure. Whereas the City of Lebanon, Indiana owns and operates through its Utility Service Board a municipal waterworks utility known as Lebanon Utilities for the purposes of providing drinking water services in and around the city pursuant to Indiana Code 8.1.54. And whereas the board desires to continue to provide reliable, safe, and efficient water supply services to its customers. And whereas in order to accomplish these objectives, the board has determined that certain improvements and extensions to said waterworks are necessary, and that plans, specifications, and estimates have been prepared and filed by the engineers employed by the board for the construction of said improvements and extensions as more fully set out in Exhibit 1 attached here 2, which may be accomplished in one or more phases, which plans and specifications have been or will be approved by the board and by all governmental authorities having jurisdiction, including particularly the Indiana Department of Environmental Management. And whereas the utility has obtained engineers' estimates for the cost of the construction of the project, has advertised for and received proposals for a guaranteed savings contract, and or will advertise for and receive bids for each, will be subject to the utilities' determination to construct all or a portion of the project, and subject to the utilities obtaining funding to pay for all or a portion of the project, that on the basis of said engineer's estimate, the maximum cost of the project, including incidental expenses, is in an amount not to exceed $14,700,000. And whereas the utility finds that there are no funds on hand available to apply to the cost of the project, and that the entire cost of the project is hereby authorized to be financed by the issuance of waterworks revenue bonds in one or more series, and if necessary, bond anticipation notes in one or more series in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $14,700,000. And whereas the board recommends to the Common Council of the City of Lebanon that it authorize the issuance of bond anticipation notes hereunder in one or more series, if necessary, payable from the proceeds of the waterworks revenue bonds issued hereunder, and to authorize the refunding of the bonds if issued. And whereas the board recommends to the Common Council of the City of Lebanon that it enter into a financial assistance agreement with the Indiana Finance Authority as part of the drinking water loan program established and existing pursuant to Indiana Code 5121 through 5124 and 51210. If any of the bonds or bands are sold to the authority through its DWSRF program, and whereas the waterworks utility is not subject to the jurisdiction of the Indiana Regulatory Commission, and whereas the board finds that all conditions precedent to the recommend to the Common Council of the City of Lebanon that it adopt an ordinance consistent with this resolution authorizing the issuance of revenue bonds and bands in one or more series have been complied with in accordance with the provisions of the Act. And now therefore be it resolved this 9th day of January by the Lebanon Utility Service Board recommending the Common Council of the City of Lebanon that it adopt an ordinance following the parameters and conditions as set forth in the attached Exhibit 2. Attached Exhibit 2 is a sample ordinance that mirrors this resolution. Be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Jeff? If he has any words left.
Thank you.
Really?
All right, if not, I would entertain a motion on item 6.
Let's see, I'd like to make a comment here. Just for the interested public, I'd like to read off a brief description of the 8 projects that this bond issue will be paying for. Indianapolis Avenue Phase 2 Water Main, Sugar Creek Water Treatment Plant, Well Line Loop and 12 kV Power System Electrical Improvements, Indianapolis Avenue Phase 3 Water Main, Connection to Whitestown Water System, Green Street Water Main Improvements, Lebanon Business Park South Water Main Loop, Grant Street Water Main Improvements, Northeast Water Main Loop. We're in the second year of a 5-year rate increase of 9% per year, and this rate increase was approved anticipating these necessary and forward-looking projects. So I just wanted to make that public comment.
Thanks, Aaron. It's important. Appreciate that. Anything else or questions for Jeff before we entertain a motion? All right. I'll entertain a motion if someone has one.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine, Bill.
I move to approve Resolution 2019-01, recommending to the Common Council of the City of Lebanon the adoption of the ordinance for insurance of waterworks revenue bonds.
Second. And that's issuance, right?
Issuance.
Issuance.
Yeah.
All right, motion made by Bill, seconded by Dan to approve Resolution 2019-01, adoption of wastewater bond ordinance to the city. Any further discussion or questions? Right, if not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item on the agenda, item 7, is the guaranteed maximum price proposal for Sugar Creek and Indianapolis Avenue Phase 2 is an action item, and Michael Susong is taking the podium. Michael?
Hi, good evening. Attached is a proposal letter from Concosine which outlines those 2 projects that you just mentioned. The Sugar Creek project is needed to provide increased reliability for both water and electrical lines from the well field to the plant. The Indianapolis Avenue Phase 2 project is a part of a 3-phase project to improve water supply to the southeastern section of the city. So it's my recommendation that the board accept a GMAX proposal by Concosine Industrial for $3,302,994 and request Concosine prepares the contract documents for board approval at a future meeting. Any questions?
Thank you, Michael. Any questions for Michael? All right, if not, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to accept the guaranteed maximum price proposal from Concosine Industrial in the not-to-exceed amount of $3,302,994.
Second.
Motion made by Jim, seconded by Aaron to approve item 7, guaranteed maximum price proposal for Sugar Creek and Indy Avenue Phase 2. Any other discussion or questions? Right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, item 7? All right, motion carries. Item 8 is approval of the claims. Everyone had a chance to review the claims or have any questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve those claims.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Dan, seconded by Jim to approve the claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, jumping to item 9, other business that may come before the board. Anybody have anything?
I'd just like to report that I toured the Sugar Creek water treatment plant, and that Ed Basquill and Brian Ottinger and the employees at the plant, and Michael
Aaron.
Sousong.
Pull your microphone towards you.
Michael Sousong.
There you go.
Sorry, and Michael Sousong. I want to thank them for the tour, and I was really impressed with the equipment and the cleanliness and the quality of the employees at the plant, and just wanted to say thank you again for that tour.
Great, thanks, Aaron. Anything else from the board? Anything from the public? Questions? Tomatoes?
Don't say that too loud.
Yeah.
Right, looks like the next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, January 23rd at 5 p.m. Assuming there will probably be a working session prior. If there is nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
No opposed. Meeting stands adjourned. Thank you, guys.